Hi guys, it's Angie Bell with HerballyHipTarot. How's my Herbally Hip tribe doing out there? This is for entertainment purposes only, and everything we say here is allegedly. Before we get into the mess, well, there was something I wanted to say to you guys. And I wanted to say it. Let me just write this down really quick. You know, if you get a thought in your head, you have to write it down, or it just, in my brain, it leaves real quick. Okay, real quick before we get into the mess, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can hit the bell twice and give me a thumbs up, because I think you're going to like it here. Also, if you could join my other channel, My Fairy Treasures, clickable link below. If anything happens to this channel, we can go over to my other channel. All right, let's get into the mess that we call the U.S. All right, this I wanted to say really quick. Have you noticed that things with the Orange Menace are happening fast and furious? Like, you guys, there is so much for me to talk about that I have pages of things to talk about. Like 3 full pages. Is it 3 or 2? 3. 1, 2. Okay, 2.5 pages. Okay? I don't even have enough. I mean, I have stuff to talk about with this Orange Menace until Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. That's how much stuff is coming at us. Fast and furious. And the reason I think it's coming at us so fast and furious and horrible things are happening, even more horrible things, because he's losing power. He's like a caged rat. So he's trying to get out. He's trying to get out. He's trying to escape. He's trying to keep his power. That's why. Let's ask my guides. I got that message today, right before I came on. Clear, Spirit. Are things coming at us quickly now because the Orange Menace is feeling his power deteriorating? There we go. Clear, Spirit, to clarify. It's like he's a caged rat and he's trying to get out and get his freedom. Yeah. So, the reason things are going so fast, like there's so much coming at us and he's doing so many horrible things, because he's feeling it. He's feeling that he's losing power. Now, you guys, it is super important that you guys watch all 3 of my videos today about that Howard Lutnick dude, okay? He's in his cabinet. He's always standing right behind the Orange Menace. That fool lived 2 doors down from Epstein, as I'm sure you guys have seen. And he's been talking about this Epstein thing. Now, he knows his boss is a pedophile and was partners and a customer of Epstein's. Well, not a customer, but he knows that he was a partner of Epstein's, and he knows that he was that he's a pedophile. Okay. Why is he talking? So my readings are going to be about that today. I think that is a big thing. And so please watch all those videos today, because I think this is huge. Okay. All right. So my first question is going to be with this Lutnick dude. It's Howard Lutnick, right? Yeah. Why is Lutnick talking about Epstein? What does he know? What is he trying to do? Another one of my readings is he trying to separate himself from the Orange Menace? Because he knows something. He knows something's going down. So the first part of this whole thing I want to read about is, why is Lutnick talking about Epstein? What does he know? And he only did this interview. He did it with some podcaster lady. No one knows who she is. And he did it only 2 days ago. I thought, me and my husband looked at it, I go, was this like a few years ago and they're bringing it out? No, this fool just did it. He knows how pissed off that would make the Orange Menace's presidency. They're trying to get away from it. And here he is saying all kinds of stuff. And I'm doing readings on all the stuff he said, okay? So first, let's go through this step by step. Let's find out what cards we should use. Clear, Spirit. Why is Lutnick talking about Epstein? What does he know? Should I use Mystic Black Rose? No. Clear, Spirit. Should I use Mystic Red Rose Oracle? No. Spirit, should I use True Crime? Yes. You guys, it might be a true crime day, okay? Because everything we're talking about is serious crime, okay? But this fool knows something. He lived 2 doors down from Epstein, and they had just, okay, he said he had just bought his house, and one of Epstein's maids or something went over to his house, knocked on the door. Oh, I watched the interview of Lutnick talk about Epstein. I will put a clickable link to that video. I watched the whole thing because the news kept just showing little spurts. I wanted to hear the whole damn interview. Now, the whole interview is not about Epstein and him meeting him and everything he knows about the situation, but the beginning part, for like the first 10 minutes, it's all about that. And he says some stuff, okay? He said that this maid, I guess, came to his house, said, hey, you guys just moved in. Epstein wants to invite you over for coffee. He's like, okay. So, and I think he knew, I don't think he knew him yet, but he knew of him because they all live in the same area. Trump lives in that area. He lives in that area. This guy's a millionaire. He knows everybody, okay? So he said him and his wife went over there. If you haven't watched this yet, him and his wife went over there and he started showing him the whole house. Well, they get to this one room where he thought, okay, I guess we're going to the dining room. We're going to have the coffee now or whatever. And it was a big room. And in the middle of the room, was a massage table, a big massage table, okay? And it was full of candles. He's trying to groom these people, both him and his wife. So he says, yeah, you want a massage? No, he goes, dude, what's the deal? He goes, you have a massage table in the middle of this living room or whatever this is? And he goes, how often do you get massages? She goes, daily. And I get the right kind of massages too. His wife looked at him and she was like, we're leaving. He goes, okay, we got to go. So they left. And I guess him and his wife had a talk. So other important things that he said about that conversation is, they talked about the sweetheart deal that Epstein got. And he goes, he got that deal. He goes, I believe. He goes, I don't have proof, but I'm telling you what I believe. I believe he got that sweetheart deal because he had videos. And he said, if you want me not to release these videos, you better get me a sweetheart deal. And they did. Just like, it's totally believable. That's exactly what Maxwell did. So he said that, and then he also said, that's the way Epstein makes his, he goes, I want it out of there. He goes, I know what that was about. He goes, I knew if I was to participate in something like that, there was going to be some taping. And he goes, I ain't getting taped. He goes, that's how he made his money, blackmailing people. So Lutnick knows this guy. He knows a lot more about this whole situation, even more than he said. Okay. So I want to get into this. And he works for the pedophile who was his partner, Orange Menace. Okay. So let me stop talking. Let me shuffle these cards and I'll be right back and we'll do this first reading. And then in my third video, we'll do some more readings about this subject because I'm telling you, I believe that this is major. All right. I'll be right back. Okay. So, and before I get into this reading, there's one more thing I have to say. When I talk to you guys about, I've gotten quite a few times, I'm not the only one that's gotten it, that the Orange Menace is not alive. What you're seeing is a body double. I do have to say this. I've always gotten a strange feeling about that. Remember the first time I got it? And then then my card said, okay, wait. It's kind of both. He's kind of unalived and he's not. It's like, what? What are you talking about? I had gotten, right when we didn't see him for that 1 week, that he was, after they said, okay, he's dead. Then my cards the next week said, no, he's not dead. I'm like, what the hell? And I came up with that he was under a coma. Okay. Then a week or two after that, then it came again. No, now he's out of he died. He was in a coma, but now he died. He's unalive. But I have to say that I have a strange feeling about that, about his unaliving. I have a strange thing. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I feel weird about it. Like I felt weird about it the first time I told you guys about that. And then it came out that he was, that he was in a coma. So it's kind of like he was being artificially kept alive. So it's kind of like, yeah, he is unalive, but then he is alive. I'm getting that feeling back again. So I don't know. I'm just running that by you guys to let you know that's where I'm at with it. It's weird. I don't know what anyway, let's do this reading. It'll straighten itself out. It always does with my readings. So why is Lutnick talking about Epstein? And what does he know? Marriage and wedding came out of this. Now, he didn't really, so far as he's telling us, he didn't have a relationship with Epstein. He thought he was disgusting and he got the worst feeling. So he said with his wife, she said, we are never going to be social with him or business with him ever. So I don't think that's the relationship. I think it's the relationship between the Orange Menace and Lutnick, I think. But we'll keep going. And that fell out. So it must be something important. That fell out when I was shuffling. Family. Look at the little kid. This is Epstein. The sexually assaulting children. So what I'm getting is that he knows. He knows. He was in that whole scene. He knows everybody. In fact, she said, because you know everybody. Because you know all the main players. You know the guy, who's that guy who owns Microsoft? You know him. You know the Facebook guy. You know Epstein. You know Trump. You've known Trump he knew Trump for years. 20, 30 years, something like that. Whoever it is, he knows everybody. So, all right, accident. Why is Lutnick talking about Epstein? What does he know? This is exactly what I thought. What came to me when I thought to ask this question. Not the accident. What does that look like right there? Car crash. I think that he knows. This is a car crash, okay? This Epstein thing. He knows how big it is. He's rich. He's a millionaire. That was the Millionaires Club Epstein had as customers. So he knows what's going on. He knows all those people. He knows this is going to be a car crash. And so that's why he's talking. It's going to be a car crash. Okay. All right. See, keep showing it. Affairs. Now, it's not an affair. This is Epstein. Underage girls, boys, grown women, okay, being trafficked. The sexual assaulting of children. And now I have 2 cards saying that. He knows. He knows. He knows about this stuff. And she asked me, she goes, would you ever talk to Donald about this? Because he's trying to keep it on the lowdown. He goes, no, I've never had that discussion with him. Like, it's just my experience. He starts trying to play it down. Why would you do that when your boss, is a pedophile and he was like an architect? He was Epstein's partner in this whole thing. Because he knows this is about to be a car crash. That's why. And he needs to separate himself. This is one of my unaliving cards. Like, starts with a D. It's like grandparents waiting for their loved one in heaven. What is this telling us? Does Lutnick know that he's not, that's a body, that Orange Menace is a body double? Clear. Spirit. Is this card saying that Lutnick knows that the Orange Menace that we're seeing is a body double? Yes. Didn't I just say I feel uncomfortable saying that he's unalive? The Orange Menace is? This is saying Lutnick knows he's unalive. Okay. Well, most of his close, clear spirit. Is it only the closest of the Orange Ministers cabinet know that he is unalived? Yes. Clear. Spirit, does everybody else believe he's alive? Yes. Clear. Spirit, does Mike Johnson know that the Orange Menace is unalived? Okay, no. All right. Crazy. Okay, so why is he talking about Epstein and what does he know? So he's doing it. It's already been answered because he knows that this whole thing with the Epstein and the Orange Menace is about to be a car crash. Okay, and he don't want no part of it, and he don't want to be mixed up in that crap. Also, he knows that the Orange Menace is a pedophile and that he sexually assaulted little children and women. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Dismemberment. He knows this is the energy of the whole thing. He knows the energy of this is nasty and it's going to be bad. Dismemberment, he don't want to be dismembered. Okay, he knows that this whole presidency is about to have a dismemberment. It's got to be torn apart, and it's very dark, ugly energy like that damn doll. Okay, this card right here says strangulation. I'm not going to show it. He knows that the Orange Menace has a stranglehold on most of the people that work for him, and his presidency does. The Orange Menace's presidency has a stranglehold on a lot of the Republicans, so they can control them, but they don't have a stranglehold on him. Clear, Spirit. Does the Orange Menace's presidency have a stranglehold on many of the Republican people? Yes. Clear. Spirit, does the Orange Menace's presidency have a stranglehold on Lutnick? No. Because he didn't get himself involved in the sexually assaulting little girls or little boys or grown women. Lutnick knows this is a man-made disaster. Literally, Epstein and Orange Menace were partners, sexually assaulting little girls, little boys, whoever, women. This was a man-made disaster by them. And we're about to see a man-made disaster happen, okay? Which is the busting of all this open, which we got the car crash. He also knows what's going on in that White House, like all the other things they're doing, like how they went today into Chicago. ICE did. Masked ICE, whoever the hell that is, into an apartment building, and they broke into each individual house, like took something and rammed the doors open, busted into these people's homes, almost every single apartment. That's like Holocaust stuff. What the hell? That was disgusting. We're going to read about that. That was disgusting. Zip-tied children all together. And this lady said, you just zip-tied children. What are you doing? You're separating them from their parents. And he said, F those children. The anger that I feel is insane, okay? I am so pissed. Pissed. You don't mess with children. All right, I'm going to stop this for 1 second and just say this. I'm going to be straight up. This is nothing new to America, okay? Nothing new. America's been ripping children from their mothers forever, since this country was created. They did it to my people. Enslaved them, beat, raped, and then after they beat and raped them and enslaved them, then they took their children from them and sold them. And beat and raped them too. Okay, these slave masters were psychos. That's what a psycho does. It's disgusting. So, the Orange Menace is just following some of his ancestors. They did the same thing to natives. The Catholic priests went and took the native children, raped them, and said that they were going to teach them English and teach them how to be Americans, how to teach them how to be proper, and they raped them. This is not the first time this has happened. A lot of these men come from descendants who did this kind of stuff. I almost said a different word. This stuff affects me to my core. To my core. I could feel my ancestors' pain. It makes me sick. We got 2 more cards with this. Again, let's remind me of, I went off on a whole nother tangent. Let's remind myself and you guys what the hell I'm talking about in the first place. Why is Lutnick talking about Epstein and what does he know? Okay, remember I told you, he knows that everything that they're doing is an abuse of power and it's illegal. Okay, he knows there's a lot of legal shit going on. Okay, and he knows that there's going to need to be some serious cleanup. Like, he doesn't agree with everything that's happening. Let's ask. Clear Spirit, does Lutnick agree with all of the stuff the Orange Menace's presidency is doing that is illegal and immoral? No, he doesn't. Clear Spirit, did he get involved with Orange Menace because of his own special interests? Yes. Clear Spirit, is Lutnick sorry that he joined the Orange Menace's presidency? Yes. He knows, like I told you before, he knows that the Orange Menace is an accomplice and a partner in crime. This is the perfect card I've been saying the whole time, with Epstein. Clear Spirit, does Lutnick know that the Orange Menace is an accomplice and a partner in crime with Epstein? Yes. Do you guys see now why I'm saying that this reading is so important? Lutnick is letting us all know this is about to explode. It's all about to come out. And I'm not going to be involved in this. All right, you guys, that's it for this one. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to do so. You can give this video a thumbs up. Comments or questions, leave them below. Anything you want me to read on, leave that below. Please join my other channel, My Fairy Treasures. In case anything happens to this channel, we can go over to my other channel. You guys, keep your teacups full. Do stuff that makes you happy, okay? We're going through a lot of stuff. Love, peace, and happiness, and I will see you guys in my next couple of videos. Bye, guys.